Well, in the name of. In the name of. All right, well, after that intro, hello everybody, it's me, Joel C, back with another makeup look for you all, and hopefully you all have been good and safe and well. I know that I have been working my tail off, creating content, and obviously even just working my regular day job, so I know that it's just been kind of a crazy whirlwind, so thank you all for just being patient with me and coming along on this journey. I always want to express my gratitude to you all. And you know, without further ado, let's go ahead and show y'all the makeup look we're getting into today, because this week y'all voted on this bad boy.
Great girls after gym class. Here's a coupon that'll sit on the floor of your car for the next 6 months. I'm gonna need you to give me your email, or else.
And honestly, you all, this is a super easy, achievable look, so I can't wait to show you all how to get into it. But before we get into all them things, we gotta go ahead and cover some ground rules. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed, you better make sure that you're hitting that subscribe button, boo, and you make sure that you follow it with a little click on that notification bell. And make sure that you hit it for all notifications, because you're gonna wanna go ahead and get a notification when I get a video. I said notification like 10 times, but it's all good, girl. Like, you know what I'm about, period. And for today's look, we're gonna be using the Chocolates palette by Juvia. So this is honestly a super stunning, simple, neutral eyeshadow palette. I would recommend this for anybody. You can get this at Ulta. Like, this honestly is absolutely stunning for really easy, quick on the go looks. You can pop this in your purse. Hell, even a clutch, it is that tiny. And truly, I think that, you know, you're good. I mean, maybe a little is too big for a clutch. Little is too big for a clutch. Maybe it's a little too big for a clutch. We're gonna get through it, you know, me and my English, but it's okay. We're gonna get through it. All right, so first things first, as y'all know, I always prime my eyelids, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the P. Louise eye base. This is the shade RUMOUR 2. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a Morphe M518 brush and just go ahead and apply that onto the lid. All right, so the first shade that we're gonna go ahead and dip into is gonna be this top right corner shade, or I guess if you're looking at the palette, it's technically the top left corner shade. And I'm going to take a Morphe M506, and I'm going to go ahead and just start kind of cutting out and defining like my brow bone. I'm going to go ahead and start defining the brow bone area, just to start giving it that depth and dimension that you know I'm always talking about. And as you can see, I'm just starting in that outer corner and defining the brow bone area. If you have a hooded lid, make sure to kind of like fake the shape a little bit. I know that, you know, depending on how inset your hood is, you might want to do that. And don't worry, this doesn't have to be 100% blended or anything right now. We're just kind of, like I said, creating the general shadow, so to speak, of this area. So I know it looks a little weird and a little crazy right now, but we're actually gonna go ahead and completely diffuse this now. And now I'm taking a rounded crease brush. This is a Morphe brush, but unfortunately it does not have the kind of model brush that it is. This was from a like eye set that, you know, they released some time ago. But nonetheless, I'm gonna take the shade that is right underneath that first shade we worked on, and we're gonna go ahead and basically diffuse. As you can see, we're really going in there and just blending that shade and really diffusing that first initial, you know, really, really dark shade that we put on. Because I know that that's really scary. As you can see, this is how it starts. And when we add that secondary shade and really go in there and diffuse, as you can see, it becomes this beautiful, almost like, you know, eye contour kind of color. It's very dark. It's very, you know, glammy. It's smoldery, so to speak. But it's still, you know, it hits. So now that we've done that, we're gonna go ahead and dip into this shade right here, which is in the top center. And, you know, I like to go in with my finger and just get a majority of that pigment packing on. And I like to get that on the center of the lid, right? Like just to get a bulk of that product on. Then I'll go in with like a little packer brush. Again, this was a part of Morphe's Pride collection, this brush. So I'm not entirely sure which brush this would be, but it is just a small packer brush. I mean, you've seen this a million times. As you can see, it's just, you know, a little chisel type of brush. It's fluffy to just pick up a good amount of pigment, and it can get like a good blend going. So we're gonna get that basically applied all through this lid. And we're just gonna leave a little peekaboo right here in the inner corner because we're gonna go in with some gold there. All right, so as you can see, it just really smoldered out that lid space. I love how that's the key word of today. But the last shade that we're gonna go ahead and apply from the Juvia's palette is going to be this center shade here on the bottom, and that is the lightest shade in the palette. And all I'm doing is picking that up on a Morphe M514 brush, and basically I'm using that to just diffuse the edges of this. Give it some warmth, but also kind of melt that into the skin. And as you can see, that just kind of like softened out those edges a little bit, and like I said, just melted it into the skin a bit. So it's a little bit more seamless when I apply my base later. So now that we're done all that, obviously, we're gonna go ahead and add some shimmer to the inner corner here and also to the brow bone. We love to give a little brow bone highlight, girl. But I'm gonna be going in with Fenty Beauty's Trophy Wife, and this is a stunning, like literally, it's so pretty. It's gold. I feel like it, especially in the summer, you put it on your body, girl, like you will literally look like a freaking gorgeous, okay? God, goddess, anyone who does not like to be defined by a binary, literally you will just feel divine, period. And I'm just using a Morphe E36. It's just like a pencil brush basically. And we're just gonna go ahead and apply that to the inner corner. All right, so now that we have literally become a trophy by applying some Trophy Wife by Fenty Beauty into the inner corner and into the brow highlight, coronavirus. All right, so now I have primed my skin. I went in with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. So what I'm gonna do now is, for my base, go in with Catrice Cosmetics HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. It says it lasts up to 24 hours, mattifying, and it has a second skin effect. Lightweight and non-oily texture that feels like a second skin, provides a long-lasting full coverage without mask effect that creates an even complexion. With high definition, they put it in quotes themselves, finish for camera-ready skin. Well, girl, I couldn't have asked for a better candidate. Let's see here. Dermatologically tested, shake before use. So we are gonna shake this bad boy. Shake it like a bullet with a big jump. Just gonna take a couple droppers, because it's a dropper, so just gonna take basically like a squirt, like a full vial worth, full squirt worth. I don't know what the proper term is for it, to be honest with you. We're just gonna take that all over the skin. Smells like baby powder, which I don't mind. Am I hoping that it like dissipates? Absolutely, because we don't want like, I don't know, for me, I'm like, I don't want to smell like baby powder like all day. You know, like, and from what I'm seeing, it shows up, I mean, it looks like maybe like one shade too light for me, but it's okay, because between contouring and bronzing, I can darken this back up, for sure. All right, so now that I've laid down my foundation, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me in the shade 358 Latte. And I'm gonna be using this as my contour. I'm gonna be going with a Morphe M224 brush, applying and then blending that out with a sponge. We'll see. Now into the lower lash line that we've done our contour, our base, and some of our concealer. And I haven't set my concealer yet because I do want to go in with that Morphe 514 that I applied that lightest shade with. And I just dipped it into both the lightest shade and the medium brown shade that we transitioned the darkest shade from. And I'm just bringing that into the lower lash line right now. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and pop some blush onto these cheeks. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a Made by Mitchell's Peach Sugar. And I'm just gonna pop some here on the cheeks and then just blend that out. I'm sorry, you all, I didn't even bother to tell you what we were doing now. So I'm literally just taking more of that Trophy Wife by Fenty Beauty, and I'm taking a Morphe M310 and just, you know, trying to signal another dimension, letting them know that I exist and that I'm important and that I am beautiful. Now I'm taking my Stila waterproof smudge stick or smudge pencil, and I'm just gonna take that into the waterline now. All right, and now I'm gonna toss some mascara on. I am using the Make It Big Bold Black Mascara from Morphe. All right, and now that, oh my goodness. All right, so now that I have done the mascara portion, where is that? All right, found it. So now that we have applied the mascara, I'm gonna go in with Morphe's Bar Color Pencil, and I'm gonna use that to line my lips now. All right, and now that we've lined the lips, we're gonna go in with Lime Crime's Rosemary Lip Blaze. And these are infused with hemp oil, so they keep your lips nice and moisturized. And for me, it almost eliminates the need for a gloss. You know, it gives this natural shine, and you'll see, I love it. It's like my perfect ombre lip. I love it so much. And as you can see, you all, that just, oh, that's such a stunning lip. Oh, between that color pencil or the lip liner and this lip, I just can't. I love a good ombre lip moment, as you can see. And to set this all into place, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the Morphe Luminous Setting Spray, just to give my, you know, face some of that luminosity back. All right, so as you see all, this is the final look. I didn't even use lashes in the original look, so I think it actually looks really nice without any, you know, artificial or fake lashes on. So this is it. So hopefully you all like it and love it. I mean, you all voted for it, so I would hope that you like and love it. And if you did, make sure that you go ahead and smash that thumbs up button down for, and then if you did, make sure that you smash that thumbs up button down below. And make sure that you leave a comment, make sure you leave suggestions. You know, I'm always looking through and just keeping my ear to the ground over what you guys want to see. And lastly, if you are not subscribed, make sure that you hit that subscribe button followed by a click on that notification bell. And also make sure that you're following me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, because there's going to be some exclusive content that you're missing out on those platforms. Not to mention, I also have a Patreon that has some extra segments that don't make it to YouTube, TikTok, or any of the other platforms. So for all of you who are interested in getting any of that content, make sure that you go ahead and head over to my Patreon. There are 3 tiers, and one of the tiers gets you a one-on-one session with the kid. So hopefully you all like it and love it. And like I always say, if you are having a shitty week, hopefully it is a better weekend. And if it's a shitty weekend, I hope it's a better week. And if none are flying well for you, then I'm praying for you, bitch, because I don't know what the hell else I can do for you. But know that I'm rooting for you and I love you, and I just want you to stay safe, be peaceful, and be prosperous and fabulous. So I love y'all. Bye.